So one coach who I've consistently given their flowers and been a fan of, going back to his days coaching the New Orleans Hornets teams with Eric Gordon, is Monty Williams. He's a great basketball mind, no doubt, but Monty has been making one change to the starting unit since Kevin Durant returned that Suns fans are even calling him out for. And we're going to break down today what that is and see if a change needs to be made at all in the Suns' attempt at winning the Western Conference and NBA titles. Also, if you guys enjoy the video, then make sure to give it a like as it helps out a lot. And if you enjoy the NBA, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. So after a disappointing Game 1 performance from the Phoenix Suns this past Sunday night, the Suns were able to bounce back last night and get a win over the LA Clippers in Game 2 as they won by a score of 123-109. Devin Booker was the real reason for the Suns getting the win last night as he dropped 38 points on a great 14 for 22 shooting clip and was tied with DeAndre Ayton for the best plus-minus rating of any Suns player with a plus 15 rating. Booker scored 25 of his 38 points in the second half, and that was kind of needed desperately as the Suns looked nothing other than disappointing and lackluster in the first half. And while I've highlighted videos on this channel before about this Clippers team deserving more respect, I think there's no reason for this Suns team not to hold the lead over them at halftime, especially with Paul George not playing for the Clippers in this series. The Suns very well could have lost this game, and if there's one thing that's jumped out to me so far in this series, it's the fact that Monty Williams has replaced Josh Okogie with Torrey Craig in the starting lineup. And as a result, I had to go look into the numbers and see if that change has resulted in a positive or negative effect for the Phoenix Suns. So Torrey Craig has played a lot less time with the Suns' big four of Paul, Booker, Durant, and Ayton than Josh Okogie has. So as a result of that, I wanted to view the stats from February 9th when Durant was acquired by the Suns up until today, but by using the per 100 possessions metric in order to get a fair look at each respective lineup. The lineup of Paul, Durant, Booker, Okogie, and Ayton come in with 116.5 points per game, a 51.4% shooting split from the field, 45.1% shooting from three, and 78.3% shooting from the free throw stripe, as well as a plus-minus rating of 14.3. The lineup replacing Craig with Okogie blows that one out, though, respectfully. They come in with 127.6 points per game, 57.1 shooting from the field, 44.4% shooting from beyond the arc, and 100% shooting from the free throw stripe to go along with an insane 51.7% efficiency rating. So Craig replacing Okogie and improving the Suns lineup was definitely not what I expected. If we look at this site, it is a more in-depth look at the differences between both lineups. You can see the different combos of the Suns' big four with Okogie here, as well as their ratings and stats when all five players are on the floor together. When the five, including Okogie, is on the floor, they come in with a plus 13.07 net rating, along with 55% shooting from inside the three-point line, 44% shooting from beyond the three-point stripe, and they've held their opponents to 48% shooting on two-pointers and 31.76% on three-pointers. So definitely not bad whatsoever, and if anything, I'd consider those numbers kind of elite. However, when taking Josh Okogie out of that lineup and replacing him with Torrey Craig, we can see the absolute explosion in the numbers. In 55 minutes played together, the Suns group of Paul, Durant, Ayton, Booker, and Craig come in with an absurd 39.02 net rating on 67% shooting on twos, 41% shooting on threes, and insane defensive numbers, holding their opponents to 35% shooting on both two-pointers and three-pointers. I thought replacing Josh Okogie with Torrey Craig might have been a mistake when I saw Monty Williams decided to go with it, but boy was I wrong, and dare I say, this Phoenix Suns team might have somehow gotten even better. So I think the big thing is this Suns group with Craig hasn't gotten as much time together as the group with Okogie, so the numbers might be inflated a bit. However, I do think 55 minutes is a respectable amount of time for them to have played together, as it has been more than an entire 48 minutes of game time plus an overtime period combined together. However, with that said, I think that this group also needs to build chemistry together since they've only played 55 minutes together as a unit. but Kevin Durant is quite possibly the most easily insertable player into any lineup in NBA history, as he can fit into any lineup in my eyes due to his skill working on and off the ball and his defensive ability along with his height and wingspan. So I don't think it'll take too long for this group to get used to one another, and maybe the Suns caught a break by matching up against an injured Clippers team in the first round and can use this series to get a better feel for one another while still facing a team that is more than capable of beating them, which can help them, as dealing with adversity will only help this group build even more chemistry together and will do so even faster than it would in regular season matchups with nothing on the line. One thing I do know, though, is this series seems to be getting chippy and the teams seem to be getting very hostile towards one another, as CP3 did this to Kawhi last night exiting the game, and this is a very visible sign of disrespect in my opinion, and this might only be CP3 poking the bear, and excites me even more to see what happens during Game 3 of this series as it shifts to the Clippers' home of Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles tomorrow night. So playoff drama and hostility only seems to be building up even more than it already had between these two teams, and the remainder of this series should be a fun one to watch. I want to know, though, what you guys think about this Suns team, the replacement of Okogie with Craig in the starting lineup, the Suns-Clippers playoff series, or anything we talked about in the video or having to do with the series down below in the comment section. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you like the video, though, then please give it a like as it helps out a lot. And if you like the NBA, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all the future content on my channel. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm SCJ, and I am out. Peace.